as it stands till we go live. And the lineups in all the games are live as it stands. Just so you know, let's take you through the lineups for the games. Of course, our feature game today is City versus Aston Villa. That's Pep's final game. But just give me a second here. Okay, 15 minutes less, actually 14 minutes less to the Premier League's final day coverage. And of course, we have a feature game today on Talk News is Manchester City versus Arsenal. Pep's final game as the Manchester City manager. 10 years and 20 honors to his name. What a man. What a man. 6 Premier League titles, a Champions League, a Club World Cup, a Super Cup, 3 FA Cups, 5 Carabao Cups, and 2 FA Community Shields. What a manager he has been. And all those achievements, all those honors, I just have happened in 10 years. From the 2017/18 season to the 2019, I mean, 2018/19 season, he has turned things around for this club. A club nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen. I mean, before he came, they only won 2. Now he came and they have 6 more to their name. City, City, Liverpool, City, 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 City. 4 years in a row. The only manager in English football history to win the top flight 4 times in a row. Only Sir Alex Ferguson has won more Premier League titles than him as a manager, 13-6. And wow, what a man. What a man. Also, to share his win percent record. I mean, this man, Pep, has all the records. He has 592 matches. Of course, pending, of course, having the final day game, of course, against Villa will make it 593. He has won 423. He has drawn 77 and lost only 92 out of 592. That means he has been unbeaten for 500 out of the 592 games as City manager in all competitions. And his win percent, his record says 71%, 71% in ratio. And just to take a pause here, we just saw that Ebeze stands with Jean-Philippe Mateta in a picture. I think Mateta, that is 200 assists or so. Sorry, not 200 assists, 200 games, or his 200th game as a Crystal Palace player. And wow, Eze, of course, just taking a picture beside his former teammate there. And glad to say that it was the right choice that Eze went to Arsenal. I mean, back to Pep Guardiola, he will have a stand, the Pep Guardiola stand, and that's where he will make his farewell speech. Again, other man, I just cannot understate that. I mean, you had Chelsea, Leicester, Chelsea, then City, Liverpool, then City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. And Arsenal are away at Crystal Palace today. They are the Premier League champions. We'll have the coronation ceremony will happen after that. And also live, of course, in our feature game, we'll also have the trophy presentations of the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. So Pep Guardiola bows out with a double this season. What a year he has had. And also Liverpool, they are champions of England 20 times, and they will give, of course, a farewell, and also Andrew Robertson. But of course, major permutations. The final day coverage of the Premier League start right now. Okay, so we are back to the live coverage, of course. Arsenal will walk out a few seconds from now. A guard of honor will be formed by Oliver Glasner's men. Including match officials, they will form the guard of honor and they will congratulate Arsenal, the Premier League champions for the 2025/26 Premier League season. This is Oliver Glasner's final game as or it might be his final game as the Crystal Palace manager. And now they will walk out through a guard of honor. The champions, Gabriel Jesus, Kepa, who never did it with Chelsea, has done it with Arsenal. And by the way, the same. Of course, he never won it as a Chelsea player, or he wins as an Arsenal player. Max Damon, 16 years of age. He wasn't even old enough, or he wasn't even born when Arsenal last won the Premier League title, yet he starts today as a Premier League champion. He's actually eligible. He has 5 appearances. This will be his 6th of the season, and he will get a Premier League medal, golden medal. And there is Oliver Glasner, of course. This might be his final, or this should be his final game as the Eagles manager. So Arsenal making a lot of changes to champions, of course. They make a lot of changes, and today we will see the coronation. This is Coronation Day on Talk News. Starting with the Crystal Palace starting lineup, Cordon Lasta makes few changes to his side. Anderson is in goal. He was actually called up for the FIFA World Cup. It's a back 3, chosen by Oliver Glasner for his final home game, potentially. Nathaniel Klein, Jefferson Lerma, and Chadi Riyad from Morocco starts in the back 3. In the midfield 4, Kamada and Hughes are the 2 pivots. Munoz at right fullback, and Rio Cardenas is the left fullback. An interesting choice from Oliver Glasner. It's going to start Devaney and Jurgen Thran Larsen start as a front 3. It's a 3-4-2 formation picked by Oliver Glasner. Potential final home game. And Henderson is the captain. Substitutes include Walter Benitez, who's the backup goalkeeper, Tyke Mitchell, Maxence Lacroix, Yeremy Pino, Brennan Johnson, Giovanni Mateta, Campbell Wharton on the bench, and resting players, of course, for the Conference final in Thrive on Wednesday. The champions are still, of course, away from home in their away kit today. Kepa Arrizabalaga is in goal. Of course, it's a back 4. And this times we can see that Martin Mendy plays at right back today, Christian Mosquera and Vernon Capier, the 2 defenders, no Gabriel and Saliba starting. Ricardo Califori starts as the left back today. Christian Nogard and Mazu Kelly are the 2 pivots in midfield. Max Diamond starts as the central attacking midfielder choice today. Noah Ebenezer starts in for Arsenal today. Of course, we're determining the champions aggressively, of course, the final. Madueke on the right, so the quarter 4 England. Gabriel Martinelli on the left for Arsenal, making his first start in quite some while. And Gabriel Jesus, the number 9, who was the Premier League champion under Pep Guardiola's side, he will lift the trophy today as an Arsenal player for the first time. The substitutes include Serge for the back of goalkeeper Gabriel, Saka, Odegaard, Eze, Gyökeres, Marino, Havertz, Rice, and Odegaard later today will lift the Premier League trophy as the captain, the 19th player in Premier League history to have that honour of lifting the trophy as the club's captain. What a game! What a day we have in store for you. This is Arsenal. It's our focus game. But in a few minutes' time, we will launch over to Pep's final game as the City boss. Give us a moment. And so it's kickoff in games, all over 10 games kicking off simultaneously. Of course, I think the game today, City versus Aston Villa. And our focus game is Spurs versus Arsenal, where Arsenal will be coronated later on today. Liverpool versus Brentford, watching Salah, of course, later on after the game. He starts today, his final appearance as Liverpool player at Anfield. And of course, you know, because you're hearing my phone right now, just because just that the games have kicked off. So we're live at the Etihad Stadium. Unai Emery is a UEFA Europa League winner for the 5th time. James Trafford actually starts for City today. I wonder what happened to Gianluigi Donnarumma. Trafford. Today is not coronation day for City, but today to remember, John Stones makes his final appearance, of course. On the bench, you can see Mateo Kovacic, Marmoush, Mateus Nunes, Arne Nori, Oscar Vadio, and co. Let's start with a decently strong squad today. Of course, Bernardo Silva also starts for City. Stones. Rico Lewis at right to Antoine Semenyo. Firmino. Lewis! Oh, then it's in the back post. And City off nearly to a perfect start at Pep's farewell ceremony. Today is a special day. The Pep Guardiola stand. Too easy for City there. Nearly an early goal. Ake. Savinho. Yes. Looking for Semenyo away. The back pass to Bizot. He's going to keep it in, and it will be an early throw for City. Take it quickly. Lewis. Nico Gonzalez. Actually got the lineups wrong for you. He's on the lineup. Trafford in goal. Ake at left back. Diaz, Stones, and Rico Lewis start. The back four. Reinders. Gonzalez to midfield pivot. Savinho, Silva as a cam. Semenyo at the right midfield role. And Phil Foden starts as a false 9 today. For Unai Emery, Pizzo in goal, Garcia, Lindelof, Mings, and Mats in the back four. Bellegarde, Douglas Luiz, Ross Barkley in the midfield 3. Front 3 is Ollie Watkins, Emiliano Buendia, and Leon Bailey. Oh, that's a rare one from you, Matson. Try to clear the ball away, or it kicks air. Kick the ground. Oh, wow. Stopping from Villa, and they can see the corner in the 5th minute here. Phil Foden will take this. The player of the year, the last time City won the title, the Pep in the 2023-24 Premier League season. Liverpool also won it since then. Foden in and away, back post. It's Lewis and it's wide. Sydney in all our games, of course, all our 10 games we're going simultaneously. Brighton 0, United 0, Burnley 0, Wolves 0, Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 0, Fulham 0, Newcastle United 0, Liverpool 0, Brentford 0, City 0, Aston Villa 0, Nottingham Forest 0, Bournemouth nil, Sunderland nil, Chelsea nil, Tottenham nil, Everton nil, and West Ham United nil, Leeds United nil. As it stands, to the 5th minute, Spurs will be safe. Of course, that can change quickly. This is football. Buendia, a good tackle there by Diaz. Bernardo Silva. This is the Premier League's final day. John Stones. Antoine Semenyo. Semenyo gives it away. And Villa give it away again. Nico Lewis, John Stones to Ruben, a former player of the season in 2020. Diaz. Wide to Antoine Semenyo. Away from blocked. And this is Douglas Luiz. Minks, City press. Matson. Buendia, Matson. And this is Tyrone Minks. Against City press, Douglas Luiz. But Aston Villa cool and calm. In possession. Torres. Alex Garcia. Speech. Before his spell was speech. Stadium. Ross Barkley. And we have a goal for you early on. The goal is scored by Wolverhampton Wanderers. Burnley nil. Wolverhampton Wanderers won. And they scored it. And the goal scorer is Alan Amsterdam. So, after 5 minutes in that one at Turf Moor, Burnley nil, Wolverhampton Wanderers won. Our first goal of the final day of 2026. So he scored by Burnley nil, Wolverhampton Wanderers won. And as it stands, Burnley of the lock. Pau Torres for Aston Villa this in our feature game. Aston Villa nil in our feature game. Pep Guardiola's final game as City manager is 593rd game. Barkley, Bernardo Silva. Barkley again finds. Buendia finds Barkley. The pass from Barkley, heavy for Matson. Good football that for Aston Villa. He will love a win. And it's almost like Klopp. He could have won the league in his final season at Liverpool. But we have a full house, or at least nearly full. For his farewell. Phil Foden would have brought that to Savinho, who keeps it in just. Savinho and Sanetti by Tijani Reinders, and City nearly scored the opening goal on the final day. Was a pass out by Phil Foden. He was given a chance by Pep Guardiola when he came to Manchester City, and he has really played over recently in the past 2 seasons. He has been underwhelming. Yes, he still has over 10 goals scored. Over 10 goals scored in all competitions this season. But that's still underwhelming standards. He's up to Alex Garcia. Pau Torres. Visit. Mings. And given away by Villa. The pass for Mings. Too heavy for you, Matson. See throw. Taken quickly by Nico Lewis. Fernando Silva. To Ruben Diaz. Nico Gonzalez. Phil Foden. Foden. Diaz. Upright to Antoine Semenyo. Savinio. Reinders strikes. Oh no, he doesn't. Fake shot there. Reinders. Savinio. Ake. Reinders. Savinio. Oh, give it away, City. Savinio wins it back for City. Nico Gonzalez. Bernardo Silva. Diaz again. Oh, Philomen beyond the ball. Nico Gonzalez. Bernardo Silva. Sabino. And Silva! He was saved by Visit. Silva nearly gets in his goal. His final goal for City. On the final day, Douglas Luiz, Ross Barkley gives it away to John Stones, who also makes his final appearance for Manchester City. Bernardo Silva forcing a save out of Marco Bizzard. Anton Semenyo on the right against Ian Matson. Semenyo just going to get past Emi Bendia. Yeah, away from Semenyo. Barkley. Watkins. Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz. Minks. Nil after 40 minutes. The only goal so far in all our games, 10 games so far, is scored by Adam Monk for Wolves. They lead Burnley by a goal to nil at Turf Moor. Of course, both sides in that game already relegated to the Championship. Barkley could get past Bernardo Silva and Rico Lewis. Phil Foden. Nico Gonzalez. Yes. Bernardo Silva. Stones. And Santamania. Back to John Stones again. Phil Foden. It's a fourth time today. This formation is really reminiscent of the formation which brought Pep Guardiola so much success. Tyron Minks. Torres gets it away. And Nico Gonzalez, Foden keeps it in. Yes, he does keep it in. Play on. No, he doesn't. A goal kick for Aston Villa. Okay. Yes. Passing into the final third, or in the final third, City have 38, Villa have 1. Shocking record, shocking stat actually. Listen, okay. Bernardo Silva. So we're looking for Antonio Semenyo. It's too heavy for him. 15 minutes, actually 17 minutes past now. Euro games. Only goal right now on the final is at Wolves. Burnley nil, Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. Goal scorer Adam Ashton from the penalty spot. We'll get back to Pau Torres. And who is it? Tyrone Minks. Goes long. Hit by Stones. Lewis. Gonzalez. Bill Foden. I couldn't find Antoine Semenyo. Out for a Villa goal kick. Reinders. Savinho. Reinders. Savinho. Last touch came off. Alex Garcia. A 50 corner. City nil. Aston Villa nil. On the final day of the league season. From the in and away. Game will be paused. Well, that's a high boot by Tyron Mings. I think he was going for the ball. In the process, his boots scratched the. Ooh, that's nasty. Scratched the head of Itanake there. They're checking this for potential serious foul play and maybe a penalty. But I don't think it's so because I think it was actually genuinely going for the ball. But you didn't have to use your feet there, and especially those studs with contact. My personal opinion is no penalty, but let's see the verdict of the VAR. The verdict is that it will be no penalty. Again, continues 2-0 here at the Etihad Stadium between Aston Villa and Manchester City in Pep's final game as City manager. Rico Lewis was fouled. City free kick. Phil Foden will take this. He's a left foot option. So a free kick for City. Foden in and away, cleared away. And Madsen. Gonzalez back in, cleared away again by Bings. Gonzalez back in again and away by Pau Torres. And Johnny Reinders, it's wide. Joe Hart watching on from the stands. Of course, in that historic team that won the league on the final day here at the SCR Stadium in the 2011/12 season. They won the league that year on goal difference. That race that time was against Manchester United. Here's our Alex Ferguson's side. And I think Pep says in himself that actually not playing Joe Hart is his biggest is his biggest regrets. How true is that? I mean, starting Ederson, who became a legend, who left the club last season. Ferguson, so not Ferguson, Ederson, won 6 Premier League titles. Corner in and flicked on, and Antoine Semenyo scores for Manchester City. And on Pep's farewell day, City lead. And it's one of his signings of January. Antoine Semenyo scores, and City lead in the 23rd minute. And the party has started. Of course, today is not Coronation Day for City. It's Coronation Day for Arsenal. But that is a crucial goal scored by Semenyo. And the Etihad rejoices. Because it had no chance. It's actually Halis Garcia who flicked it on for Antoine Semenyo. Helping it on. And the back post waiting was Antoine Semenyo, and that is his 16th goal of the Premier League season. As it stands, the golden period, of course, we know will be Erling Haaland with 27 goals scored this season. He has 16. Semenyo, that takes him to outright third, higher than João Pedro, who is away at the Stadium of Lights. Pep will hope for a win for his side on the final day. City won, Aston Villa 0. You also have another goal to bring to you. Goal news from Craven Cottage. Fulham lead Newcastle by a goal to 0 in the 25th minute. The goal scorer is Diop in the 25th minute, of course, as it stands. But in the 20th minute, Issy Diop scored. Maybe I fancy it from a corner. But actually, Fulham find a breakthrough as Kevin Superprick comes back off the bar, and with Pope beats and Diop nods into an empty net. So actually, it was from a set piece, from a free kick. So Fulham lead by a goal to 0 against Newcastle United. And of course, both cannot qualify for Europe any longer this season. With the stands, Fulham up to 11th. And Newcastle down in 13th. Another goal news for you to bring to you. Breaking news, Sunderland lead Chelsea by a goal to 0. The goal just went in, I believe. It's Trey Hume at the light. Sunderland 1, Chelsea 0. Goals are flying in now on Goal Rush. So as it stands, Sunderland will be playing Europe next season. The UEFA Conference League side promoted just last season will now play, or as it stands, will now play Conference League football next season. As it stands 54 points ahead of Brentford, Chelsea dropped to 10th. I think as a Chelsea fan, I think it's actually good that Chelsea don't have any European football next season. I feel like they don't need it. Buendia gives it away. Phil Foden. Bernardo Silva. Rico Lewis. Lewis. Foden. Bernardo Silva. Foden. Diaz. Stones. Guess who looks to find a second. Just to cement this win. Bernardo Silva. Phil Foden. Looking for Antoine Semenyo. Cleared away though. Douglas Luiz. Ake. Mings away. Bergard finds Ross Barkley but couldn't get past City defense. Outstanding today so far. They haven't allowed anything get past. And this team is not even their strongest team. The Erling Haaland, the Ryan Cherky, starting for City. The Donnarumma. Stones back to Trafford. As we try and press. And they do force an error. Actually came off Leon Bailey. A throw for Manchester City. Itanake. The ball that to Rico Lewis. Now here is Antoine Semenyo against Ian Matson. Semenyo in. And Reinders. Rico Lewis. Reinders in and blocked. Martinez. Mings. Luiz give it away to Bernardo Silva. And here is Antoine Semenyo. Phil Foden. Reinders. City pressure is Rico Lewis. Lewis, fantastic turn that way. Lewis in, no one there. Oh, he spills through. It's Savinho. Oh, just wide. Was the corner. City should have two. They came very close. On the corner for City, they scored from the last, of course. This time, Phil Foden in. Foden in and then get away by Bizot. Savinho gets a throw. Oh, away by Bizot. But Bernardo Silva. Consistent pressure now for Manchester City. Antoine Semenyo. Nico Gonzalez. Itanake. Nico Gonzalez again. And wide to Antoine Semenyo. Semenyo. Rico Lewis away from Buendia. Lewis finds Phil Foden. And it's over and wide for a Villa goal kick. "31 minutes have been played. Brighton 0. Manchester United 0. Burnley 0. Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Crystal Palace 0. Arsenal champions 0. Fulham 1. Newcastle United 0. Liverpool 0. Brentford 0. Man City 1. Aston Villa 0. Nottingham Forest 0. Bournemouth 0. Sunderland 1. Chelsea 0. Tottenham 0. Everton 0. West Ham 0. Leeds United 0. Pau Torres. Final day coverage continues here on Talk News. City In our feature game, lead by goal to nil thanks to a set piece. And to Semenyo. It was Barkley. And Garcia concedes a foul. Foul on Savinho. And the free kick for Manchester City. And the thing is here today in the party. The farewell party, of course, the speech later, of course, in front of the Pep Guardiola stand. He won 6 Premier League titles with Pep. That's brilliant form. Nico Gonzalez. Foden turns. Foden. Semenyo. Oh, what a touch that by Antoine Semenyo. Absolute skill. Semenyo. Reinders. Savinho is found. Savinho was surely fouled by Bailey and the free kick to Manchester City. 25-30 yards from range. Second for the break would do good for Manchester City. They will finish second this season. First, second, third all confirmed. Arsenal, Manchester City, and Manchester United. Liverpool, though, are not winning. So this is a result that Bournemouth would have been praying for. Free kick. Oh, Reinders just over. Just over. So when you set on the plate for him, Reinders slashed at it, and he was just rising. It wasn't that far away. The stands, West Ham will be relegated. Spurs will be safe. A goal update for you. Breaking news. We have just heard that Nottingham Forest have scored against Bournemouth. Forest won, Bournemouth nil, and that is not what you expected. But Gibbs White, who was not called for the 2026 FIFA World Cup by Thomas Tuchel, has scored the goal for Forest. They lead by goals at the stadium at the City ground. And in the 34th minute, in a game where Bournemouth needs to win, they are losing. And also, breaking news for you, Manchester United lead against Brighton. The goal scorer is Patrick Dorgu. I'm for that game, we're just watching the assist record. Bruno Fernandes, if he got an assist. Garcia wins the ball back, Ross Barkley. Barkley. Ollie Watkins. Match is played by the referee, Douglas Luiz. For Ollie Watkins. Kept in by Watkins. It's the final third here. Watkins away from Rico Lewis. Douglas Luiz. Matson and Foden. Silva. Foden again. Answer Semenyo, Phil Foden. Foden, Ruben Diaz. Still no goals in the relegation battle. The live feed. We're going to go live again. Just give me a moment. Antoine Semenyo. Nico Gonzalez, Semenyo. Ronaldo Silva. Foden. Savinho. Savinho! Wide. And so wide. And he goes out for a Villa goal. A Villa throwing, pardon me.
How does someone go from
Yes. Okay. Garcia, heavy touch. Gonzalez, the shot is blocked. There's his hands for Slovenia. Bernardo Silva. Silva. Foden. Antoine. Semenyo. In the way of this. One back door by City. Stones. Foden. Bernardo Silva looking for Foden again. John again. In Matson. And the press. City. Villa have a goal kick. An attempt so far in 40 minutes, 2 on target for Manchester City. No shots so far for Villa. Without a shot, you cannot have a shot on target. So 40 minutes, 10 minutes mark has been hit. Still, Brighton 0, United 1, Burnley 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Palace 0, Arsenal 0, Fulham 1, Newcastle United 0, Liverpool 0, Brentford 0, Man City 1, Aston Villa 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Nottingham Forest 1, Bournemouth 0, Sunderland 1, Chelsea 0, Tottenham 0, Everton 0, West Ham 0, Leeds United 0. So far, so good. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals scored in the first half of the final day. We expect more and even more rather more in the second half. Lewis and Mings away. Anthony wins the ball back for City. I actually wonder whether the P on Pep shirt means Puma, as you can see the Puma logo, or it means P for Pep. Douglas Luiz, Madison, Watkins, Alex Garcia, Vergard, and Billy gives it away. Foden, Iker Gonzalez, Reinders, now Foden. Phil Foden this for City. But it sets inside. Foden and Reinders! What a save by Bizot. And that was fantastic play from Manchester City. Foden passed it on the back on Reinders. They knew that was fluid play. That was actually 3 City players against 7 or 8 players of Villa. 3 City players against 8. And somehow the 3 of City made sure that they got a shot up. And what a shot that was. What a save by Marc Bizot. Pep can't believe it. Foden in though. And Ake! On the corner for Manchester City. They keep pushing, they keep probing. They'll keep going. As it stands still, it's Brighton 0, Manchester United 1, Burnley 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal the Champions 0, Fulham 1, Newcastle United 0, Liverpool 0, Brentford 0, City 1, Aston Villa 0 in our feature game. Nottingham Forest, we'll just pause that, cleared away by Villa from the corner. Rico Lewis. And offside for City. Let's continue the call outs here. Oh, breaking news for you. But before we get to that, Sunderland 1, Chelsea 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Bournemouth 0. And a huge news this. Tottenham Hotspur 1, Everton 0, the goal scorer, Chapolina. City here, though, it's Phil Foden. It's Bernardo Silva still, and away by Pau Torres. Torres to Emi Bentia, again back to Pau Torres. Torres now, counter attack here, Ross Barkley. Away here is Leon Bailey. Last attack maybe of the first half of Villa. Leon Bailey, couldn't find his teammate there. And cleared away by John Stones. Crucial deception that his final appearance for City. But a huge news this one. Tottenham lead Everton by goal to 0. It's Chapolina that scores for Spurs. And wow. Goal, Spurs lead. Bedlam at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. What a moment for the football club. And maybe that goal suggests safety for Spurs. And that news doesn't ring good news for West Ham and Nuno Espirito Santo. Because as it stands, Spurs are on 41 points, West Ham United 37. Still West Ham 0, Leeds United 0. West Ham have to win and hope that Everton beats Tottenham. It's all in Tottenham's hands. A goal for Spurs. Tottenham lead by goal to nil. Goal scorer is João Palhinha in the 43rd minute, and Spurs the stands are 4 points clear of West Ham. Wow, what a goal that. Huge goal. And also a goal for you. The champions are in the lead. Arsenal lead at Celtics Park by goal to nil. The champions lead again by goal to nil. The goal scorer was Gabriel Jesus in the 42nd minute. So Arsenal champions lead. Arsenal winning. City winning on the final day as it stands. Jesus, who's the captain today, gets a goal for Arsenal. And also another goal for you. The goals are flying at the moment. Brighton and Hove Albion 0. Manchester United 2. And we're watching. Okay, all right. Okay. So, Brian Bremer was the goal scorer. And he was assisted by Amad Diallo. But still no indication of a Bruno Fernandes assist, which will break the record. Douglas Luiz. Barkley. Douglas Luiz. Last few seconds of the first half, City lead by a goal to. They should have more than one, really. Randers coming closer to second. Goal for Bryan Bremer to United. That was like a knife through butter, the way the team in red went through the non-existent Brighton back line. Diallo swiveled smartly inside the area and gave the ball to Fernandes, who in turn fed it back to the diminutive winger, who slid the ball across the box on the byline, down the right for Bremer to literally walk into the 6-yard box and struck home on the post. It is Manchester United 2, Brighton 0 as it stands. And hi, live with Trinity and half-time at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City lead at the break by goal to nil, thanks to a goal from Manchester Semenyo. The only goal so far, goal scorer Antoine Semenyo. A huge one this. What a game we have so far. And this is Pep Guardiola's farewell game. Semenyo scoring in the 23rd minute. City lead by a goal to nil at the break. Manchester City won, Aston Villa 0 in Pep's final game as manager. Give me a moment, please. Jude so says, I likes. Thank you very much, Jude. Cecilia Williams says hi. Hi, too. So the break, Arsenal lead the champions of England. They lead by goal to nil thanks to a goal from Gabriel Jesus on the final day. The champions lead Arsenal. And the champions lead by a goal to nil against Crystal Palace, which will be Glasgow's final home game. Arsenal don't care. The champions lead at the break by goal to nil. Angora still, halftime. City 1, Aston Villa 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Bournemouth 0, Sunderland 1, Chelsea 0. Chelsea are behind thanks to a goal from Trey Hugh. Halftime at Anfield, Liverpool 0, Brentford 0, Salah and Robertson's final home game at Anfield. Fulham 1, Newcastle United 0, Palace 0, Arsenal 1, Burnley 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. And as it stands, of course, Liverpool 5th, Bournemouth 6th, Sunderland is 7th. Sunderland, as it stands, will play European League football next season. Brighton, as it stands, will play conference football. And the Cheers at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, they lead thanks to a goal from João Palhinha in the 43rd minute. At the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the Derby side as it stands are 4 points clear of West Ham, as it stands draw at home to Leeds United. Jumping near scores for Spurs, Tottenham for 1, Everton 0 on Goal Rush. And that is half time. Thank you. Thank you for joining us so far. We'll be back very soon for the halftime review. See you in a minute. See you in 5 minutes. And so the break, it's Brighton 0, Manchester United 2. The goal scorer is Patrick Dogo in the 33rd minute, Mbemba in the 44th. Still no 21st assist for Bruno Fernandes in that game. Dogu and Mbemba scoring at the Amex Stadium. Brighton 0. Who will play as it stands? They will play UEFA Conference League football next season. They are 8th as it stands, overtaken by Sunderland, who are beating Chelsea at the moment. We'll come to that very soon. But still no record-breaking assists from Bruno Fernandes. Moving on to the next game, Burnley, as it stands, are trailing by a goal to nil. That game is still going on as it stands. We're in the 7th minute of stoppage time in the first half. Well, and Wolves lead thanks to an Armstrong penalty. That put them in the lead in the 5th minute. Still then, or since then, they haven't scored. Moving on to the next game, Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal the champions 1. Gabriel Jesus, the goal scorer in that one. And a huge goal that for Jesus, scoring for Arsenal for the first time in quite a long time. And the champions lead. The assist for Jesus was Gabriel Martinelli. Moving on, Fulham 1, Newcastle United 0. The goal scorer was Issa Diop in the 20th minute at Craven Cottage. Fulham lead by a goal to nil. Both of them cannot finish in European places. So the game is void, really. But Fulham lead by a goal to nil at Craven Cottage on the final day. San Liverpool 0, Brentford 0. Liverpool's final game, of course, where they will host Salah and Robertson for the farewell address. And Brentford, as it stands, will not qualify for Europe. Sunday at 9th, sandwich between Sunderland and Chelsea, also Brighton too. Brentford need to win to ensure qualification to Europe. If they win, that means Brighton will not qualify for Europe next season. You know, there at Anfield between Brentford and Liverpool. We know, of course, our feature game, we know the goal scorer. Manchester City 1, Aston Villa 0. As it stands, City, of course, are on 81 points. The goal scorer was Anthony Semenyo from a corner in the 23rd minute, and they lead by a goal to nil at the Etihad Stadium. That's the first one. Bournemouth 0. The goal scorer, Morgan Gibbs-White, in the 34th minute. And City at the City ground, it is a goal for Morgan Gibbs-White, and Nottingham Forest lead Bournemouth by a goal to nil. And that's not the result Bournemouth need, but at least they have Europe confirmed. But they would love a Champions League position. Mind you, that can still be possible. Of course, as it stands here, sixth. Sixth can still be a Champions League position if Aston Villa, who are losing as it stands to City, finish fifth. In order for that to happen, Liverpool need to beat Brentford at Anfield. We have Sunderland versus Chelsea. Chelsea at the half-time whistle, they are behind. And Trey Hume is the goal scorer for the Sunderland side, scoring in the 25th minute. They lead by a goal to nil, Sunderland. And then Tottenham versus Everton. Tottenham, again, they score and actually equal Spurs is actually equal Arsenal's record for 18 goals scored by corners this season. They both have 18 goals scored by corners, and Jack Pellegrini was at the end of the set piece. And just to pause this, what a finish that by Gabriel Jesus, the champions flying there at Southwest Park. What a finish. Easy for him. And still, West Ham nil, Leeds nil. And you saw Bernardo Silva literally crying before kickoff. Also, John Stones in tears. But the major news there is Antoine Semenyo, of course, in our feature game, scores in 23rd minute from a corner. That's first lead moment by a goal to nil. Gibbs White, the goal scorer, a fantastic and brilliant free kick that at the City ground. And from a set piece, they need. What a finish that. And actually, Petrovic got a hand on that, but couldn't keep it out. Sunderland won, Chelsea nil at the Stadium of Light. Stream against Chelsea. A very weird goal that to concede for Chelsea. A flick on there to his Trey Hume, and a very good Trivella that. Brilliant Trivella by Trey Hume. And in the 25th minute, they lead Chelsea by a goal to nil. Brighton nil. Manchester United 2. Michael Carrick has confirmed as the head coach into 2028. Got an extension there. Fernandez in from a corner. And actually, Bruno Fernandez has, I believe, it to be 21 assists. But the second goal, Amad Diallo assists for Brandon Bremo, and United lead by 2 goals to nil. And confirmed. Bruno Fernandez has broken the Premier League assist record. Congratulations, 21 assists in the 2025/26 Premier League season. What a player, unbelievable player. Bruno Fernandez has broken the record, the Premier League player of the season. What a day it is for him and his family. Well, Spurs are halfway there to ensure their safety. They lead by goals to near the break against Everton. But Japalinho might have that winner. Before we leave, Bruno Fernandez. 21 assists. Record shattered. And a break, Chelsea. Chelsea, there's a break by a goal to nil. And we'll get back to you in 5 minutes' time and for the start of the second half. A second yellow card for Sunderland. Actually, what I mean for Fana. For foul was the door. The red card, Chelsea down to 10 minutes to stand. They will check it though.